I'm going to be refelting this pool table today. I've already got the old felt stripped off. I got the new felt just hanging loose. It's not a high-end felt, just because, just in case it gets damaged, it'll be easy to replace it again. We swap these out quite a bit. I have got the felt centered on the entire table itself. Got an equal overhang on all the sides. Now I'm going to start clamping some stuff down, and we'll go right to it. I'm going to clamp just along one side, no adhesives. I'm just going to clamp it down to hold it while I pull all the felt tight from one end to the other. I like to do I'm going to clamp down my short sides first, then I'll stretch my long sides, then I'll release my clamps on both ends, and then I'll pull my short sides out. Any kind of a straight edge or a strong surface to start the clamp. And I just do it this way. I'm sure there's hundreds of other ways to do it. This is just how I do it. Next step I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch out the opposite side and clamp it down. And the reason I use the straight edge on this side is to try and hold it all equal, so it's not pulling just from the 3 points right where the clamps are at. So now I'll stretch at the opposite end, and I'm just pulling enough tension to try and get a lot of these creases out from the folds where it came in the packaging. And I'm going to start right in the center and then do both of my sides on the way out. So I did just a fair amount of pressure. It's nothing drastic on there. It's just to start some tension, just so I can get these sides down equal, because once I pull them out, a lot of these wrinkles will all end up coming out of the face of this felt. I am using extra PVC pipes here to hold it up. Since I'm sliding it off to the side, I want to be able to support a little bit more weight in the middle. You're not going to pull it off too far, because you don't want it can't support that much weight right in the dead center. Slab slid out over the edge of the table here. My PVC pipes are in far enough. Sorry about the overexposure. My PVC pipes are in far enough that the lip's going to clear. I got plenty of room here for my spray adhesive. I'm going to spray my long sections first. I'm not going to do my pockets till later. So when I spray my long sections, I'm going to spray the top, the side, and up underneath. I am using just some regular 3M Super 77. If you hold it just close, just right, you can work on your spray. As I said, just the top, the face here, and the underside is what I'm going to do. Now you have to let that Super 77 tack up just a little bit before you try installing any of the felt. And we'll end up setting the first long side, then we'll set the opposite long side over there, and then we'll work on our two ends. Alright, now I believe it's tacky enough on the glue that we're going to start wrapping it. We're going to apply just a light amount of tension because we're really going to clean up the field when we pull the opposite way. But this is just to secure it. Just pull slight tension on this part. Alright, I think we're pretty good there. So now we'll go to our next step. We're going to trim some of the edge, and so we're right at the corner pocket here. And I got the edge of the slab, the point. If I fold this over, you should be able to see it. It's actually right here. So right at the point of that pocket, I'm going to put a razor blade, and I'm going to cut probably about at the least 45. You could go even sharper than that angle back. Then we'll do the other pocket. We'll do the side pocket over here. Same thing right here. Here's the point of the pocket. There we go. Now I've got a lot of excess here that's hanging over. I only need about an inch and a half excess, because my underside does have adhesive on it, so I'm going to wrap it under and stick it to it. But all this extra flap I don't need, so I'm going to cut at least half of this off. I'm going to use my finger to guide along the slab to try and keep me as square as I can. Okay, and now I'm just going to fold that up and work from one edge and come all the way. One hand is pulling while the other one is smoothing out right behind it. And now I'll do the same on the opposite side. I'm cutting with a regular, cleaning razor or work razor. Alright, so we're at the side pocket here. If I push down, maybe you can see along the edge of the pocket there. You got to think about the thickness of your slab, and you want to cut that far out from the pocket, the thickness of what your slab is from the edge of that. And don't push down too much, because this first pocket, we're going to pull all the slack out going that direction. So I'm going to pull this flap up just a little, judge how thick my slab is and where I need to slice, and go straight from the middle of the pocket out. Alright, and just like this is a half circle, think of radiuses from the center. That's how you want to cut. You're going to have little triangle spike teeth coming through here, and keep the same distance that you need to cover the slab on these sides out. We're going to cut right in the half quarter of that circle, or that half circle. And same thing right over here. And for our final cut on this side pocket, where you left off, where you started at the square point of the slab, cut from there and bring it back over to the center of what was the radius, basically. Alright, now we're going to spray on the vertical edge of this corner pocket, and then we're going to spray on the base side underneath the bottom of this slab. And then we're going to let it tack up for a second before we try pulling this side pocket tight. Alright, it's tacked up and set up enough. We're going to go ahead and start folding this down. So you're going to grab your points and roll it down, and you can keep a thumb up top to try and, you don't want to start any major wrinkles, but if you do get some, they will end up pulling out, but don't pull too tight. So I'm pushing down with my thumb, and then I fold the corner back under and adhere it. Same thing in this spot. Alright, now on the corners here, I'm going to take and fold just a small bit of that corner up under that I left over, and then rolled it back. Kind of makes a birthday gift package. And then tuck it under. Sorry about that. Maybe so you can see it from the other side. We'll move over. Go ahead and make sure that you just adhere it very well into that pocket. And there's a slight wrinkle right here, but I mean it's ever so slight, maybe 1/8 of an inch raise. That'll all pull out. And just to mention, I am not going to do any of my corners, this one or this one, until I go ahead and stretch the other side. The corner pockets will end up being part of the last steps. Alright, so basically I've got this, what's on the left side of your screen here all finished, and the center pocket as well. I'm going to go ahead and release the clamps, and I need to slide my whole slab to the other side of the table, and then I'm going to start working on the opposite long edge. Alright, so I've got it out far enough on the other edge that the pipes are out from under it, and we'll be able to start folding that. I roll up the felt. I'm going to spray the long runs, the top, the vertical side, and the base, and I'm not going to do the curve of the side pocket. or any of the curves of the corner pockets. Now, I know I said I'm going to do the vertical face, but I kind of do the vertical face, half of it when I'm spraying the top, and the other half of that vertical face when I spray up from the bottom. Now we're going to go ahead and pull the felt over top of that rolled edge. You're going to apply more tension here now to try and get more of those wrinkles out since the other side, far side is secured. Alright, so I got a lot of shift of my my crossways here is out, but there's still some play left to right. And that'll be pulled out whenever we stretch from both ends. Now I'm going to go through, I'm going to cut out my pockets, or not the pocket, I'm just going to cut these straight edges out, fold them over, trim it off, and we should be good to go on the next set. Now you notice I didn't trim off any of the excess that's in the pocket area. I'm going to need all that extra length whenever I wrap it and go under. So don't make a mistake and just trim off all your excess all the way down first, because then you'll be short in the pocket area. I'm going to go ahead and looks good. So now I'm going to start my side pocket on this. Thinking about how much I need for the overlap of the vertical of the pocket here. Now spray the adhesive. And I kind of wait to spray my adhesive only because sometimes I don't want it tacking up or drying too much before I actually get to the area to work on it. Sometimes you'll spray a big section and all of a sudden you get called away to go do something for a while, and by the time you get back it's lost a lot of the tackiness to it. Alright, so now I'm going to do the side pocket from a different angle just so you can see what's going on here. So now I'm going to go ahead and spray down this short side, the top, face, and the bottom, and then we'll work on wrapping this across. Let it dry to tack up. Alright, so we've tacked up. We're going to go ahead and stretch this short side over. I'm just going to pull with just a fair amount of tension first on this side, and we will pull out a lot more wrinkles when we stretch it from the other end. Alright, we're going to cut the pockets the same. We're just finding the point of the table, cut back at a sharp angle. Trim off the excess. Start on our pockets here. Visualize how much felt you need to wrap around it. Cut straight down through the middle. set up for a minute. Alright, so now we go ahead and seal the deal in this corner pocket. Okay, I'm on to the final edge of this. We're going to go ahead and spray it up with some adhesive. Let that sit up till it tacks up. Alright, so we're going to wrap this edge over now, but we're going to pull with a steady amount of tension, a little bit more like we did on the far flat side over there, and see if we can work everything out, get all the play out of the felt. Cut our pockets out. Now we'll spray adhesive on all of them.
Alright, now with the adhesive tacked up, we're going to go ahead and do this corner pocket as well from the underside so you can see what's going on. But I want to make sure that the corner pockets are going to be a lot simpler to finish than the side pockets, just so you know.